Hi guys, my name's Ben and this is
Hi,
Sabine.
and I'm Sabine, and we both are from the co-op program.
So yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit today about what the co-op program is, a little bit about who should apply, and then go through some of the steps on how you actually apply for that, and then answer any questions that you guys might have. So I'm actually a current student. I'm doing marketing, so that's a commerce degree through the co-op program, and I'm in my third year. So I've already completed one of my placements at Colgate-Palmolive. And I'm just about to start my second one at MSD.
Excellent. And I actually look after all our sponsors in the program, so deal mainly with industry. So if you have any questions around that side of things, certainly can help you.
So there's the live chat box. So if you guys have any questions throughout, just pop your questions in the chat box, and at the end we'll try and answer all of those questions for you guys. So firstly, a little bit about the scholarships at UNSW. So there's $15 million of scholarships a year at UNSW, and that's throughout a huge range of areas. There's merit, equity, Indigenous, sports, exchange, a number of things. But what we're really here to talk about is the co-op program. So that is, one of the biggest parts of scholarships at UNSW, and we'll run you through today a little bit about what co-op actually means. So it's a career development scholarship that produces young professionals with experience and an edge.
Just like our example on my right.
Exactly. So the idea really is that it'll set you aside from some normal degrees at university by giving you an opportunity to actually apply some of the knowledge that you'll be learning and develop some of those skills that are really required when you start working in a professional job. And the co-op program aims to sort of build those skills and really foster them so that by the time you graduate, you feel like you're prepared to go into the workforce and you do have a bit of an edge over those other applicants coming out from university. So there's about 150 sponsors in the program, and the way it works is that you'll do some internships throughout the program. It'll stretch your degree out for a little bit longer, but then you do graduate with 9 to 18 months of industry experience, and that will be with a number of different companies, so you will get a wide range of different experiences as you do that. So that is the main benefit of the co-op program. There's also a lot of professional development, so they'll help you sort of in all the steps of your journey. Obviously, as a uni student, it can be a bit daunting going straight into a professional job in your second year, so they'll help you with how you write an email, what you should wear to work, what's appropriate, all of that kind of stuff. And also a bit of leadership training. So the main part of that is actually the leadership camp, which we'll do in first year. And there are a number of other workshops that you do that help you with things like teamwork, communication, just really getting you to work on your personal development, focus on how you can build some of those skills. Networking and mentoring is also a really big part of the program. So that's networking both with other students and alumni. So every co-op student gets allocated an alumni mentor, and that's a really good opportunity. These are people who have come through the program and now are well into their careers, and it's good to be able to just ask them any questions about how they got to where they are. They've always got really good advice and can tell you, some stories, help you out with anything that you might be nervous with or having troubles with. So that's really good. But also there's that networking within the program. So there's those 80 students that come in every year, and it's a great opportunity to learn about people at the different streams, learn about their experiences while they're on placement, and the program really helps you be able to learn from those other people. And lastly, there is $18,200 a year for 4 years. Through the program. So that is really nice to get that financial assistance, it can help you maybe work your part-time job a little bit less and study a bit harder, go on exchange, live on campus. So it does give you a lot of extra opportunities and really helps assist you through your university. So I used a lot of that to go on exchange last semester, which was a really great experience, and it made that whole sort of experience of going on exchange a lot less stressful, not having to worry too much about the financial side. So the co-op program is offered in 4 faculties. Just a quick note for anyone wondering, there is unfortunately no co-op in medicine or law. So just if those are areas that you're interested in, unfortunately there's no co-op scholarships in those areas. But for people interested in business, engineering, science, or built environment, we do have streams in all of those faculties. So in business, we have accounting, actuarial studies, information systems, finance, commerce information systems, and marketing. So marketing is the stream that I do, but all of these are within, except for the information systems, are in a general commerce degree. So you'll be doing sort of general commerce subjects and then also specializing into one of those areas. And that will also, of course, dictate what kind of businesses you'll go to do your placements. So in engineering, there's quite a lot of them there. So if you are interested in an engineering degree, chances are one of these is right for you. Civil, chemical, computer, electrical, the list goes on down to software engineering, but it's good to have a look at some of those, see what the differences are, and think about applying for maybe one or a few of those areas. So in science, we have advanced mathematics, data science, as well as materials science and engineering. So the advanced maths and data science are both relatively new, data science being a little bit newer, and they were both actually brought on because there was a lot of demand in the industry, so a lot of companies who wanted students graduating with those kind of skills. So obviously, you know, data skills is something that is used in just about every business these days. So that's a pretty exciting area to get into. If any of you are very math inclined, it's definitely worth looking into those areas. And then construction management and property in the built environment faculty. So these are some of the sponsors that we have currently. Not all of them, but you probably recognize a lot of those logos there. These are very big businesses, ones that are operating not just in Australia, but all over the world. They're international businesses. And the opportunity to go to multiple of these before you've even finished your degree is really amazing. So like I said, I was at Colgate-Palmolive for my first placement, learned a lot there. It was really rewarding to be able to work on, you know, some of the packaging and advertisements, activations there, and then actually go and see those in store, the things that you've been working on. So the things you'll be doing with some of these businesses are really, you know, they give you a lot of control and independence to be able to work on real projects, which is something that's going to be really great when I do finish my degree and go into the workforce. So who should apply for co-op? And it's not just a program that looks for academic people. There is a 96 ATAR cutoff, but once you've gotten over that, you've kind of shown that you're a relatively academic person, and they're really looking for some of the other attributes. So the personal attributes, your interests, your values, what you really like doing in life. So we'll look a lot at extracurricular activities, things about people who have shown they're community-minded and can demonstrate those skills that we were talking about before, like leadership, communication, teamwork. Those things are really important. So here are some of the things that we kind of look for a co-op student: people who are ambitious, motivated, passionate, communicators, people who can show that they've being a little bit engaged in their community. That could be at their school or generally through volunteering, things like having a part-time job, Duke of Edinburgh, all of that kind of stuff. But what's really important, especially in the application, is not just listing 100 things that you've done, but really show that how doing those things has helped you develop as a person, what you've learned from doing that, and the kind of skills that you've got out of that. So if you did have a part-time job, or if you were volunteering somewhere, how did that help you work as a team? What kind of challenges did you overcome? So really have a think about the things that you've done and how they've helped you develop, rather than just listing all of these things that you've done.
It's definitely quality, not quantity here. So we definitely want to hear about the hows and the whys and the whats, not the number of activities you've done.
So a little bit of the more technical stuff now about the application. So the applications are already open. You can go to the co-op website, so the link is just there. And then you'll have to nominate your careers advisor and then start thinking about how you're going to answer the application questions. So the questions are already up, and the application will close on the 30th of September.
Actually, it's the 28th of September, if I can interrupt there.
Sorry, okay. 28th, little correction, 28th of September. But for a lot of you, that will probably be around trials time, maybe a little bit after, but it's going to be quite a stressful time. So we'd really recommend that you take a look now. The questions are something that you don't just want to sit down and write in one go. It's something that you want to think about a little bit. It shouldn't take too long if you sit down and focus on it a little while. But yeah, definitely don't leave it to the last minute. You do need to get your school to nominate you and maybe get a letter of recommendation from your school. So there are a few things you need to do there. So don't leave it to the last minute, and try having a think about those questions now.
And I think with school holidays coming up really soon, that's probably a great idea to fill some of that downtime that you have.
Definitely, yeah. So this is a little timeline of how the whole application process works. So there is open day at UNSW early September, and like we said, it's the 28th, not the 30th of September when those applications close. And how it works then is you might be given an offer for an interview. So you'll come in a day early for the briefing day on the 22nd of November, and then the interviews will be the next day. So they'll run through a little bit about what the interview is going to be like, how you can sort of prepare for it, and just sort of make you feel comfortable with that whole process. Then there will be the interview on the 23rd, and then conditional offers come out on the 6th of December. So those offers are conditional on you getting the ATAR. So offers will actually be given out before ATARs are released, and then you can accept that offer once your ATARs come out and it's above that cutoff.
And the cutoff is either the co-op cutoff or the degree cutoff, whichever one is higher.
So a few hints and tips for the online application. So like we said, it's really good to start early on that, start having a think about those questions. One thing I will say about the ATAR cutoff, so it is 96, and then if your degree is higher than that, you do need to gain entry into that degree. But if you are aiming for over 90, we do say just give it a go. You never really know at this stage what kind of ATAR you are going to get. You could really surprise yourself, and there's really nothing to lose in applying, because a lot of the questions that you will get asked, as well as the interview, is very similar to like a job interview you might do or other applications for other things. So it really doesn't hurt to just have a think about those questions and how you might answer them. And chances are you'll probably need to answer quite similar questions at some point anyway. So it's definitely not a waste to just have a go. And if you do end up getting over that cutoff, you might be really annoyed at yourself for not having just put in a little bit of time to apply. So I'd say definitely give it a go if you think you're aiming for over that 90 mark. So there are a lot of frequently asked questions and a quick guide on the website which you can look at. And like we were saying before, when you do go through all the skills, achievements, experiences you have had, really try and focus on how those have helped you develop and how that experience was unique to you. If you did certain extracurricular, a lot of people might also have done that. We want to hear how you developed from doing that. So it really is about being yourself. Don't try to pretend to be anyone you're not, because it really doesn't come through well on an application. So yeah, just try and be yourself and talk about what your values are, because that's really what we want to see. So yeah, provide full and comprehensive answers. It is better to give more recent information, so try and favour things that you might have done in Year 11 and Year 12 as opposed to things you did in Year 7 or Year 8. It is a good idea to draft your answers in a Word document just so that you're not filling them in on the on your web browser. You might lose something, which would not be very nice. So do save regularly because the website may time out. But yeah, if you log on, you can see what the questions are, and then you can just try and draft that in a Word doc and really have a good think about how you're going to answer those questions. And finally, it's really important to review and proofread those answers. So you don't want to have, a great application with, spelling and grammar mistakes that really make it look not that professional. So get someone to read over it just to make sure that there aren't any of those silly mistakes, just to make sure it all makes sense. That's a pretty good idea as well. And lastly, there is the Open Day 2018. That is on Saturday, the 1st of September. So people from the co-op program will be there. That'll be some students who are currently doing the program, as well as some of the staff to help answer any other questions that you might have. So yeah, that's on the 1st of September. And now we just see if you guys have any questions. Doesn't look right.
What are some typical questions we get?
Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any questions, but if you do have any queries, you can always reach out to the co-op office. Just send them an email with any issues you might have, and they'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. But if it is something about a technical issue around the application, try and do that maybe not, on the afternoon of the 28th. So good to get in a little bit earlier with that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Good luck.